Hi there, welcome back. Peter Grada here from the Purple House. Today we want to share a little bit how magnesium deficiency affects you. And it's cold and wintry today, which reminded us of a client who came to us last winter. And this lady who was probably between 45, 50, she was suffering from exhaustion. She said the color had drained out of her life. She wasn't enjoying all the things that she'd been passionate about her whole life. She was stressed, tense, had low-grade anxiety, and something was wrong with her. But she'd already been to 4 different doctors, and she showed us the results of the medical tests. And it was true, everything was normal, right? She was within the normal range of everything, but in the meantime, her body felt like something is broken in me, something isn't functioning. So we did several tests, like our normal things that we do, like a health assessment. And what came back really, really strongly was that she was acutely magnesium deficient. So she was very mineral deficient, but especially magnesium. So I'm just holding the magnesium up. So what happens when you are deficient of magnesium? Your nervous system will always go into the fight and flight aspect of itself. So you can't sleep properly, your digestion doesn't work well. Actually, I've got all the symptoms here, so I'll read some of these out because you might recognize yourself in this. So you have tension, teeth grinding, tension in your upper back, neck, shoulders, headaches, fluid retention, breast tenderness, weakness, confusion, yeah, that's right, brain fog, anxiety, irritability, nervousness, depression, seizures as well, tantrums in children. There's a huge list, by the way, and it will be all in this article that you can read. So twitching in your face, calcification of your body, hormonal imbalances, poor digestion, brittle bones. Your heart can also have abnormal heart rhythms, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, blurred vision, mouth ulcers, feeling out of breath all the time, asthma, tight chest pain, constipation, and even sensitivity to loud noises and light sensitivities. So here's the thing though, why did all her blood tests come back normal? Because you can't test your magnesium levels through a blood test because only 1% of your magnesium shows up in the blood. And so that is one blind spot that the medical tests have. So 8 out of 10 people are magnesium deficient. That's a fact, right? The statistics will show that to you. So you may as well assume that you are magnesium deficient and that you can really, really benefit from it. So our client, she started to take a lot of magnesium, and Pete can tell you a story about that in a minute. And after several weeks, she came right. She just felt like, oh, the color is coming back in my life, or feel excited again about things. And now a year later, she's still going really, really strong. So, and Pete will continue, but if you only have a minute to listen, I'm going to encourage you to go to our website, The Purple House, and download all these ebooks for free. Especially this one will go into magnesium deficiency a little bit. Okay, so Pete, so this is good news and bad news. So
well, our soils are totally deficient of magnesium, or very little, and if we, with common farming practices, they use artificial fertiliser or superphosphate, and that binds up whatever magnesium is in the soil, so the plants can't get it, and then we don't get it. That's so we're not getting any in our diet really. Very little if we eat organically, but so everyone would benefit from taking extra magnesium. And as Grada said, 8 out of 10 people are deficient, and that's statistics.
That's a lot, hey?
That's and we've had clients who have had muscle spasms, which and so they've been taking some magnesium and increased it, and the muscle spasm hasn't gone away. And that the reason being is it has to be connected to something else to transport around the body, and a lot of them are too big of particles to be absorbed into cells properly. So we have actually researched which magnesium is some of the best, and the Cabot Health one that we
have promoted
stock has two of the smallest possible particles in it, so they're absorbed much easier into cells. We had a client that client was taking massive amounts of magnesium, and the spasming all up one side of the body, it wasn't improving. She went upon our recommendation and bought Sandra Cabot's formulation, and within 4 or 5 days the spasming had gone. So there is magnesium in magnesium. But another story I want to add is one of our
she improved did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. Yeah.
One of our grandsons, he was a very poor sleeper, and we were aghast one night. We were visiting
Tom and Lucy,
our son and daughter-in-law, and they gave him a rounded teaspoonful of magnesium powder in some water before he went to sleep, before night time. He was
only an infant, wasn't
he? He was only between 1 and 2, and we said, that's an adult dose. He'll get the diarrhea very quickly. And they said, no, if we don't give him that, he doesn't sleep. And he needed a teaspoonful, an adult dose, even when he was an infant, to sleep properly. And that's what magnesium will do. It'll drop us out of that stress, fright and flight mode, and so we can sleep much better. And
so you feel relaxed.
Yeah, it relaxes, and when we're in fright and flight, the blood goes to the major muscles and organs so we can run for our life. So we feel cold nearly all the time. And some of the major symptoms
of severe magnesium,
they are very similar to diabetes.
If you're completely severe, our client last year. And
they're actually very similar, and people think they've got diabetes. Also, calcification outside the bone is caused through lack of magnesium, because the body uses calcium out of the bone then to deacidify the body, because we are acid forming just by living. And if we use magnesium instead of drawing calcium out of the bones, that'll get the calcium back in our bones and prevent osteoarthritis and osteoporosis. And aches and pains, any aches and pains. Calcium causes muscle contraction, magnesium promotes relaxation. And it's one of the essential things after air, water, unrefined salt and iodine. Magnesium is the next thing that we recommend people take, because it's
vital, vitally important.
It is vital, and it assists people to thrive, not just survive. That's the key to
But also,
things we
so
suggest.
like Pete was saying to me yesterday, he went into town, get a few groceries, and he said it's amazing how many people we see today with neurological problems. Because Pete and I see everything because we're therapists and practitioners. So when we look around at people, we're always people observing. And he said it's just amazing how many people you see stumbling around, or their faces are twitching, or they have neurological problems in their body. So that means then your nervous system isn't working anymore, right? So people are being crippled. And the first thing that all these people would benefit from would be a massive amount of magnesium for starters, and that's absolutely foundational. But not many people know that. And again, I'll just say it again. If you're being tested, you could have all these problems in your body that we just shared. You go to the doctor, they do a blood test, it's not going to show any abnormalities, but you still do need to take magnesium. we're definitely not getting it out of our food. We sometimes get people that say, oh, but I eat organic, I live organically, I do everything right, so I shouldn't need anything. But yes, you still need it, because it's just modern life today. Everyone is magnesium deficient.
And if we're reliant on sugars for energy, which most people are, because we eat far too much carbohydrate, 1 molecule of sugar displaces 50 molecules of magnesium. And mercury is another one that displaces magnesium. So
I think 1 molecule of mercury displaces something like 200 molecules of magnesium, but some people say 500. So, and mercury is in our drinking water because it's rained. It's in our rainwater. So
it's in a lot of seafood as well, fish, things like that. We can't
correct our lifestyle as much as we like, so we do have to supplement. That's if you want to live a long and healthy life, which is what we want for ourselves and for everything else. So also children, Pete already mentioned children, they absolutely benefit from magnesium. We also have magnesium oil spray, which is only $12 a bottle. You can spray it on your skin. That's really, really good also for pain relief when people are in pain.
When I was young, I used to get growing pains in my legs, and I wish my mum had have known about magnesium oil at that point, because I suffered a lot, and lots of kids do that. But if that's sprayed on and rubbed into the legs, the growing pains are relieved a lot.
So you can also have Epsom salt baths. That's another really good thing. Just constantly think today, how can I get more magnesium in my body? But anyway, we do sell these in our online store. We're also open today if you want to call in if you live locally. We've already, of course, worked with Dr. Sandra Carroll's magnesium probably for close to 20 years. So it's a good product. It doesn't change, right? And it's still like unparalleled by anything else that we know on the market. It's also not, the price hasn't gone up. It's roughly $50, always stays the same.
We recommend people build up as much orally as your bowel tolerates, because all an overdose will do is make you run to the loo too much.
So I take 5 tablets a day, but some days, if I have a heavy workload or something affects me deeply, I can easily take up to 10 tablets a day. And I don't mind, taking 10 tablets, because I listen to my body, and that keeps me nice and even. Because when you are not relaxed, say when you're tense and stressed, the not so nice aspect of your personality show up, and lots of people are living in fight and flight all their lives, and they start hating themselves, right? Especially lots of people out there do hate themselves because they're never really connected with the relaxed part of themselves.
High blood pressure is another thing that requires magnesium, because it drops the top blood pressure down, and it'll also relax the muscles in the blood vessels, so the bottom one will drop as well. So maximum amounts of magnesium, salt and water, unrefined salt and water.
And there's many other things like Healing Seal you got.
Trace of borax a day assists the parathyroid glands to get calcium into the bones where it belongs, rather than free floating, causing contractions of muscles and calcifications outside the bone.
That's right. Boron is absolutely fantastic, so it's very cheap. This will last you for many years, and also, like Peter said, it decalcifies your soft tissue, like say your pineal gland, all the hormone producing glands start to operate properly again. It helps you to relax. Also, it's meant to help kill fungi like candida and stuff that everyone suffers.
It is antifungal, so if you have a bit more than the parathyroid glands need, it helps mop up candida, which is a
fungus,
a fungal thing that goes...
It's toxic to your body.
And it is, I would say everyone has it in the Western world.
So all these remedies work well, and they are cheap, like they don't break the bank, and they're simple to do, easy and simple, you just have to do it. So then if you have tummy problems, just download this little book. It's called The Ultimate Vitality Boost, and it tells you how you can regrow your good gut bacteria, which is also important for magnesium. But we just really wanted to talk about magnesium because it repairs your mental state, your body, your relationships, and it brings out the best in you. So I hope you find this interesting. If this resonates with you, share it with your loved ones, and also give magnesium to your children. Thank you for listening. We love it that you're part of our community, and we'll have more to say on different topics next week. Bye for now.
Bye.
Have a wonderful week.